Here we have the daily chart for Advanced Micro Devices Incorporated, stock ticker AMD. Here we can see that the stock is starting to show some breakout activity here. This is largely an expectation with what we were expecting here. Overall, what I've been saying with AMD is that this is another one of these stocks that should be benefiting from all of these moves higher in artificial intelligence stocks, and it has been neglected pretty badly, I would say. Not quite as badly as Intel. I mean, that story is even worse. And you can check the prior video that was just released on Intel because we're also starting to see breakout activity there. But this is a strongly positioned semiconductor stock that also does produce graphics processing units, GPUs. Nvidia, no question about the fact that Nvidia is at the top of the game as far as GPUs are concerned. They do have better industrial applications for artificial intelligence, and that's where the real money is going to wind up being made. But that doesn't mean that you can just neglect, the retail market and the gaming market. Even if you're not a gamer yourself, you got to understand that Advanced Micro Devices produces CPUs, so the central chip, but then they also produce the GPUs, the video cards. And there are not many companies in the world that are doing that to this extent. AMD tends to be more focused on the budget retail market, but the supply of these units, is far outweighed by demand, and that's a bullish scenario that will continue for quite some time. So, the extent of the recent declines, in my opinion, has been mystifying. I don't understand it at all. We actually fell to lows here below 150. The ultimate low, let's get an exact number here. 141.16 is the price low from May 2nd. We've got you could possibly call this a triple bottom condition. It would be a bit of a messy triple bottom. You would need to kind of look at it a bit differently if you wanted to call this a triple bottom. But, this is a region that has roughly been tested 3 times, and we were starting to kind of develop this sideways trading pattern that was continuing for quite a while. I mean, the same sort of thing was occurring with Intel as well, but the trading range with Intel, it was even worse. I mean, it was more constricted than this, tighter than this, and it was falling at much lower levels. So, with AMD, we were seeing a bit of a retracement to the midpoint. If we're looking at this dominant trend bull wave that occurred previously. So to identify this wave, we would really need to go back to the later parts of October 2023, where prices were trading well below $100. Looks like we've got lows here of 93.12, and then this would be followed by the ultimate highs of 227.30. So this is a fairly significant price move because these highs were generated on the 8th of March. But as you can see here, the declines from that point were substantial. I mean, we gave back more than half of this rally. So if you were holding this entire time, you lost more than half of that rally, in just a short period of time here. We fell to lows of this 141 level that we were discussing previously here. So overall, this was a stock that had really fallen way too far, way too quickly. And I have been pointing to the increasing potential here for an upside breakout. They do make excellent products. These Ryzen CPUs are terrific, especially from a price performance perspective. You could argue that the Ryzen era is even better than the current Intel era. I mean, I understand there are debates there on both sides, but from a price performance perspective, AMD, this current era, is their best era ever. I don't think you can really deny that. AMD has had a bit of a checkered past. Not, every AMD era has not been terrific. Let's just say that there have definitely been some weak points, and that's not really true with Intel. Intel has been much more reliable over the long term, as far as the product line has been concerned. But the current market, this is not a stock that should be selling off. I mean, it really is ridiculous that it sold off as much as it did, especially in this type of environment. I mean, it just really did not make a lot of sense. So, here we can see that the level that we were pointing to previously really came in just above 174. We can call this roughly 174.10. During this training session, we were starting to pressure this area last week. We did break finally above the this exponential moving average cluster here. That'd be these colorful yellow and orange and purple lines here. And we are still holding, firmly above this 200 day exponential moving average, which is this blue line down here. So at the moment, we are trading above all of these levels, and that is encouraging because we're starting to point higher here, as you can see with these moving averages, and that does suggest that the stock will continue to find support at higher and higher levels. So you can imagine it's sort of like a staircase. We should start to see support levels form at higher and higher levels as long as these moving averages continue to trend higher. So as you can see, like this was not we took the stairs down here, and as you can see, this moving average cluster is moving down right along with it and providing resistance along the way. I mean, you've got several examples of that. Here would be a very good example. Of share prices just kind of running into this moving average cluster and then failing. So overall, it does look like that condition has changed, and this activity has also been confirmed by by the indicator reading. It's really important to look at the relative strength index on this chart because it is a daily chart, and there are some fairly significant reversal signals that are being presented here. So previously, what we were pointing to was this downtrend in share price momentum. That was being confirmed by the indicator reading. So this really was kind of preventing the stock from reaching a turning point and starting to move higher. As you can see here, we really didn't start to move higher until we tested this 200-day exponential moving average. That would be this blue line down here, and then we did see a pretty forceful bounce from there. And now we finally made a clear break above these moving averages. But in particular, what I really want to point to is this downtrend in share price momentum, because as you can see here, we have finally broken that trend. That trend is over, ladies and gentlemen. We have finally broken this ultimate downtrend in share price action. So this is now invalidated. Like this is no longer it's no longer the dominant trend. We can say it that way. And then at the same time, we do have this emerging bull trend here, as you can see. We're starting to see higher lows in the indicator reading. So overall, these are encouraging developments, and they do sort of confirm this recent price action. Some people might point to this breakout as a potential false break and things like that. Anybody that's still maybe bearish on AMD. But there are just way too many signals here that are pointing in the positive direction, and are suggesting that we are en route here to much further gains. So I will be expecting to see further gains in the stock here going forward, and we will have some new developments on AMD relatively soon. So here's the current market analysis for Advanced Micro Devices Incorporated, stock ticker AMD.